back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Jacqueline and I make new videos every week on a whole variety of things, lifestyle, beauty, adventure, a whole abundance of things, and I hope you subscribe and stick around. And today I obviously don't have any makeup on and I'm going to talk about my skin for a little bit. So all I have on my face right now is some eyebrow gel and some mascara, and recently I've been going through a little bit of a rough patch with my skin. I've talked about it in a few vlogs, which I'll link a playlist to my weekly vlogs down below and up in the corner. But I've been doing some research and I want to talk a little bit about skin purging, which I think is what's happening with my skin. So first of all, I want to start by saying, obviously, I'm not a dermatologist, I'm not a doctor, I'm just somebody who loves skincare. I'm very passionate about skincare, but I'm not a doctor, I'm not a dermatologist. So obviously, if you're having like real skin issues, please go to a dermatologist or a doctor. YouTube can only give you so much information, but they're not real doctors, you know what I mean? And even, hi Tahoe, and even like online articles, yeah, they have doctors in the articles, but that doctor's not looking at your skin and looking at you as a whole. So, yeah, I mean, just take everything with a little bit of a grain of salt. What works for one person is not going to work always for you. Skincare is a very personal issue. So this is my personal experience with purging and my personal research with purging, but this is no means the authority on it. This is just my own experience, like I said. So, as you can see on my skin, hopefully you can tell, but I have like this pretty, it's actually gone down quite a bit. If you've seen any of my past vlogs, like I said, you notice that it's a lot worse than this. So I think almost a week and a half ago now, maybe closer to 2 weeks, I decided to try a new vitamin C serum. And it seemed really similar to my old one. That's the reason I tried a new one. And I found out that this new vitamin C serum has a different type of vitamin C in it, which can cause skin purging. So, first of all, there is a difference between acne, skin purging, and like a reaction, like having a bad reaction to skincare. So I want to go over that for a little bit. Acne is something that's a little bit slower. It might come, it's usually due to like a hormonal imbalance. And that's just like your regular breakout you get around your period, or maybe you have a clogged pore or something, whatever. That's like a normal acne breakout sort of thing. Purging is usually caused by, sorry, I have like a little notebook so I can remember what I want to talk about. But purging is usually a sped up process, and it typically happens in places you would normally get acne and breakouts. So my trouble issue is right here, actually, around my mouth and on my jawline. That's normally where I get breakouts. And often all the spots kind of look the same. So if you tend to get blackheads, you'll notice a lot more blackheads like on your nose, or they'll all be like really similar looking little pimples on wherever you typically get breakouts. So for me, I noticed all these little teeny white breakouts. They all looked very similar right there around my chin and my jaw. And then a reaction usually is going to last longer than purging. So purging, typically they say it takes anywhere from 3 weeks to a few months. Your skin's natural cycle is 28 days. That's how long it takes for your skin to regenerate and like create new skin. As you get older, that period of time does get longer. So that's the reason purging usually takes about 3 weeks, 4 weeks-ish. A reaction, however, usually will last a little bit longer if you continue to use whatever product is causing that reaction, because obviously that product is causing the reaction. So if you continue to use it, you're going to continue to get a reaction. And often if it is a reaction, you will get breakouts in places you normally wouldn't get breakouts. So like I said, mine's usually here. So if I would have gotten a breakout like on my forehead or maybe like closer up on my cheek, I would have known that it was a reaction, not purging. So the next sort of thing is what causes purging. So purging is usually caused when you use a new product that helps speed up that cell turnover that I was talking about, that 28-day cycle. So something like retinol, AHA or BHAs, and even certain types of vitamin C, which is what I used, help speed up that cell turnover process, which is great for your skin. It may helps your skin look more radiant and youthful, and can also help in the production of collagen, which keeps your skin looking plump. So those kind of products are great for your skin. However, they can kind of bring whatever is kind of lurking under the surface of your skin to the surface, because it's causing your skin to speed up its process. So that's kind of like what happens. Even like detox masks can have this effect. So you guys know my Aztec Indian healing clay. I love that mask, but it can also cause skin purging because it's detoxing your skin. So usually, like I said, retinols or retinoids, AHAs or BHAs, that kind of stuff, all can potentially have a skin purging effect. Now, it doesn't happen to everybody. You might use one of these products and your skin will be perfectly fine. Mine was perfectly fine. I added a retinol to my skincare a few months ago. I'll leave my 30-day skincare trial up here and down below, where I tried out retinol and vitamin C for 30 days. And I didn't have any problems with my original retinol. So, like I said, it might not happen with all products. It depends on sometimes it depends on like how strong the product is. If your skin is actually like just clogged and it's all kind of lurking under the surface, these products are just pushing it along the process. So that's kind of like the overview of purging and what can cause purging. So what people recommend you do when you are purging is to not pop your pimples, which is really hard for me. I'm a popper, I'm a picker. It's horrible because I get really bad scarring too. I get hyperpigmentation, all this like redness. You can see kind of some of the redness on is hyperpigmentation. But definitely do not pop them. You can aggravate it more actually. So definitely try to leave it alone. It's gonna take some time and I know it's frustrating, but definitely try to leave it alone. If you're using kind of harsher cleansers, you might want to switch to something more gentle. Make sure you have a really good gentle moisturizer, stuff like that. So I did have quite a harsh gel cleanser that I was using, so I switched that out. I'm going to show you kind of what I'm doing here in a second. And then also they also recommend not to use any new harsh products. So if you are purging, you should continue to use that product if it is truly purging. You definitely don't want to stop using that, because if you stop and your purging goes away and then you start again, start using that same product again, you could go through a second purging phase, if that makes sense, because it hasn't gone through its whole cycle. So that's kind of like what experts online I have found kind of tell you to do if you're having issues with skin purging. So what I kind of doing to help my skin along in this purging process, which is actually working really well for me, it's definitely calmed down some, and I feel like the purging process is coming towards that 3-week mark, which is gonna hopefully be the end of it, which would be great. So the first thing I did was I switched up my cleansers. Like I said, I was using the CosRX Good Morning cleanser, and that has some tea tree and other kind of harsher things in it, and it seemed to be drying my skin out more than I needed it to. So I did switch up my cleanser first of all, and I went to a CeraVe, the hydrating facial cleanser. A lot of people talk about this. It's a great cleanser. I've used it in the past when I had acne when I was younger and when I was on Accutane. This was a great cleanser. So I went back to getting this. It definitely does not dry your skin out. It feels great on your skin. And it's a good gentle cleanser to kind of make sure you're not stripping your skin too much, but also it's still cleaning it and going and excuse me, I'm cleaning out all the dirt and debris and stuff from the day. So that's the first thing I did. I switched my cleanser. And then For the first few days of the purge, or the first like week or so, I decided to go really, really simple with my skincare. So in the morning, all I would do was I would put on, after the cleanser, I would spray my face with my Badescu facial spray. This is a great one. The aloe and cucumber and green tea is all really calming, so it's also really good for, you know, inflammation and stuff like that. So this is a great way to go if you do have some inflammation like that. So I would spray it with this. This would be my toner. I would definitely, if you're going through purging, especially if it's like from retinol or an AHA or BHA that's kind of drying out your skin a little bit, definitely make sure you have a good moisturizer. So I have been using the Ultra Repair Cream from First Aid Beauty. I love this cream. It's a nice big tub. I've been using a lot of it. I don't know if you can tell. Nope. Okay. Anyway, it's a great gentle cream. It works really well for my skin. It doesn't have anything that's gonna clog your pores or make you break out even more. It's just really gonna be a good moisturizer for your skin. So I go on with that next. And then of course, no matter what, if you're going through a purge or not, make sure you are using a sunscreen. So I recently switched to the Aveeno Positively Mineral Sunscreen. This is SPF 50. You definitely want something that's 30 or more. I tend to try to get around a 50. And I've been loving mineral sunscreens as opposed to physical sunscreens, or chemical sunscreens, sorry. This is a physical sunscreen because it's mineral. I just find that they don't feel like they're like greasy as much. They do tend to leave a white cast, so you know, you gotta kind of pick your battles. I don't mind the white cast as much as I mind the feeling greasy all day. This one doesn't have quite as bad of a harsh cast as my Neutrogena Clear Face had, but I'm really liking it so far. And Aveeno's always really good for sensitive skin. They just make really great products for that sort of thing. So I definitely am loving this. So that is all I would do in the morning. I would cleanse, spray, some toner, moisturize, and sunscreen, and that was it. And then at night, I would go through a similar process. The only thing I would add was a retinol. So I was using my Liliana Naturals retinol, which I still have a little bit more of, and I am going to continue to try to use that up. But I switched to Differin, which is also a retinol. You used to be able to get this with a prescription. You can find it in the drugstores now. So this is a Dapplin gel. And they market this as an acne cream. But it is a retinol, so it's going to help with that cell turnover and the production of collagen and stuff like that. This one is a pretty strong retinol, so you just want to be careful with it. And they say to use it every day, and they even warn about a purging process with this product in particular. But it can also be very drying and harsh on your skin if you do have dry skin, like I do. So definitely, you know, be careful, read all the instructions, slowly go into it, maybe use it once every 3 nights or once every other night or something, you know what I mean? But definitely follow the instructions and be careful. But so at night, I will cleanse my skin with my CeraVe cleanser, just pat my skin really dry, and then put this on it. And I would let this sit for a little while. So usually after dinner, me and Matt take Tahoe for a walk, and I'd come back in, wash my face, put this on, and let it sit for a little while and make sure it's fully absorbed. This isn't necessary, it's just the way I like to use it. With my Liliana Naturals, I wouldn't wait. I would just go on to my next step, and it's fine too. But I just really wanted to make sure that this was doing its job on my acne and the purge, so I would put this on next. This is a fairly harsh product, which is going against one of the things I said to not do, was use harsh products. But my skin is used to retinol now, and I thought it would be okay to incorporate this. I'm not using it every night. I am going to use it 2 nights on, 1 night off for a little bit, and then kind of go from there. And I might use like this 1 night and my Liliana Naturals 1 night, and then have a night off. But yeah, so I would do this next. And then I would just go in with my First Aid Beauty Moisturizer and my Badescu Hyaluronic Eye Cream. And that's all I would do at night. Just trying to keep it really simple, really gentle, nothing too crazy except for that Differin gel. But just really trying to keep my skincare simple was key to helping this heal a little bit quicker. And so moving forward, I'm just going to slowly start adding back in products I know work for my skin. So in the morning, like this morning, I added back in my Mad Hippie Vitamin C Serum. So this has a vitamin C that isn't as irritating and doesn't cause purging as much as the other kind of vitamin C serum that was in the new one I tried. So I'm slowly going to incorporate back in this. I have been incorporating a little bit of this Vichy Mineral 89 Skin Fortifying Daily Booster. This has hyaluronic acid in it, so this is great at night too before my moisturizer to help keep my skin moisturized, because the Differin does make it fairly dry. So I'm incorporating this back in, and then slowly I'm gonna add back in my snail mucin, which I love, and I also want to incorporate in an AHA serum. I have a Mad Hippie exfoliating serum I want to incorporate back in, but I'm just slowly incorporating these things back in to make sure that nothing else is irritating my skin or causing this purging to happen. You just want to go really slowly with your skincare after a process like this. You don't want to irritate anything, or maybe one of these products was causing me irritation. I want to make sure that I'm not going too fast and like throwing 1,000 things on my face and not knowing which one is causing the issue. So that's what I'm gonna kind of do. But I hope this was kind of helpful if you're going through a skin purge or you're thinking about trying new products. This might be a good warning to just look out for this kind of stuff, especially if you're going to try a retinol, an AHA, BHA, a vitamin C, something like that, that's going to, like I said, speed up that cell turnover. It is something that happens. There's not much you can do about it once it does start to happen. You just kind of have to wait it out and be really good to your skin. But I hope, like I said, hope this helps you out a little bit in any way possible. I know for me, this process has been really, I don't want to use the word devastating. It's been really kind of like hard for me. My self-confidence kind of got deflated a little bit. My skin was looking so clear and so good, and I was so happy with my routine. It was working really well for me, that this process kind of felt like all the work I had been doing was kind of erased. And in reality, that's not true. I can still get my skin back to that spot, and it happens. It's already happened to my face. There's not much I can do to it now, except to continue to work to make it to where it was. But yeah, I think that's gonna be it for this video. Like I said, I hope you liked it. Please give it a thumbs up if you did. If you have any comments, or maybe you are a dermatologist and you know more than me, please leave a comment down below for anybody. Maybe I said something wrong or you have more to add. Please let me know. Like I said, I'm not a dermatologist, so I don't know. But this is just my experience and my research that I found, like I said. But I hope you subscribe and stick around, and I will see you in my next adventure. Bye.